Well, hey there. Happy Wednesday. And welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club Live. This is where we step inside the lounge, we grab our drink of choice, and we settle in. Here at Dave's After Dark, we stir up memories, test your smarts, and maybe, just maybe, teach you something new along the way. We do go live most Sundays and also usually on Wednesdays, like tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, when the doors swing open and the lights go down low, this is usually when the trivia starts to flow. While our robots quickly paint each scene, I serve up the clues, and you will take your best guesses as we move through tonight's categories. First, the top 20 Robert De Niro movies. Should be a lot of fun. Next, we'll do the top 20 biggest lemon production cars ever made. Might be a little more specialty. We'll see if we have any experts in the audience. And finally, we'll have an optional bonus round that will be available if there's some hardcore enthusiasts wanting to stick around. Now, this just isn't just a trivia show. It is a fast-paced gauntlet of art, memory, and mystery. Let's see how many you can guess before the brush finishes the final stroke. Now, I wanted to quickly mention our sponsor, davidhansonart.com, that's me, where you can now find our live show cover art, like what you're seeing all around me, and various related art and merchandise products for your enjoyment. Now, you can get to that by the link on my channel page or at davidhansonart.com. Okay, now be sure to check in down in the chat. Say hello. This is where you'll throw out your guesses, or you can just hang out with the rest of the crew. Now, I see some early birds in the house. Good to see everybody. Arena, King, Mr. Artie, Stuart. How are you guys tonight? Good to see everybody. We're going to do some Robert De Niro tonight. Let's fire it up. Let's get it going. No fooling around. Alrighty. Now, you know the rules. The robots do the painting around here, and that means you guys have to do the guessing. I do give a few clues that sometimes are a little bit helpful along the way. Now, again, top 20 Robert De Niro movies. So, you know, number 2019 might be a little hard. Good luck. Here we go. Number 20. This film boasts one of the greatest car chases ever put to film, and not a CGI pixel in sight. Our lead plays an ex-operative whose resume includes some very off-the-books jobs. Now, this is set in Europe. The action swerves from Nice to Paris with double cross galore. So familiar yet? The briefcase is mystery, the alliances even more so. De Niro's icy cool under fire in this espionage thriller is about mercenaries and mayhem. King! There you go. Now, let's go ahead and guess the dates of these movies as well. So, you are correct, King. And anybody have a guess on the date of Ronin? Ronin was correct. Mercenaries and mayhem. Anybody have an idea what year they made this movie? It's a while ago. Surprising. Seems like just yesterday. Well, it was 1998. Oh, you had it. You had it. Not Mr. Artie. Mr. Artie, it's not that old. That's really old. All right, let's do 19. Here we go. Robert De Niro movies. Number 19. An intense drama where conversations crackle more than explosions. De Niro's character is a parole officer teetering on the edge of burnout. Opposite him, a cornrow-wearing Edward Norton, playing it wild. Ed Norton, gotta love him. Layers of manipulation, moral ambiguity, and the metaphors. Who knows this movie? Look familiar to anybody? This is not a buddy film, but a slow, uncomfortable character study. Maybe I've stumped you with this one. Edward Norton, an intense drama, character study. Layers of manipulation and moral ambiguity. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that tonight. Hey, Stuart, very good. You're correct. You're correct. And this time I'm going to just tell you it was 2010. And the movie was, like Stuart says, Stone. Stone. That is correct. There he is, Mr. Stone. Actually, I don't know. Was his name Stone? I'm not sure. All right, number 18. Let's move onward. This slow burn spy tale explores the birth of a little-known agency called the CIA. Little-known agency. De Niro pulls double duty, directing and acting, in this cerebral espionage drama. It's less about gadgets and more guilt and government secrets. Now, Matt Damon is actually the lead, but De Niro shows up to drop gravitas. All right. The slow burn spy tale. Stuart King. Looks like King got it first. Stuart right behind. The British contingent. Think of it as an origin story for America's shadow games. There you go. The Good Shepherd is correct. Terrible movie. Yeah. De Niro directed it. Maybe the directing's not his thing. This was De Niro's second time directing. His first was something called A Bronx Tale, which is not on our list. The Good Shepherd. According to Stewart, a terrible movie. But it is at number 18. The robots didn't mind it. They liked it better than what in-laws and stuff. Those aren't on my list. Number 17. All right, here we go. De Niro dives into the role, literally, as a hard-edged Navy instructor. He's gruff, stubborn, and covered in Southern drawl and chewing tobacco. The true story centers around the first African-American Navy diver. Now, what I remember about this movie is Cuba Gooding Jr. and De Niro square off with grit and broken bones. Bronx Tale's the one that should be on the list. And Men of Honor is correct. Very good. Very good. Redemption is slow, but it hits like a tidal wave. The real Carl Brashear called De Niro's performance spookily accurate. Spookily. Yeah, Stuart King, you guys both know, Men of Honor is correct. This is actually from the year 2000. Yeah, he's in his diving outfit there. Now, I barely remember this, but didn't Cuba Gooding Jr. even get nominated for something? Maybe I'm mistaken on that. But it's the first time I remember him from a movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. and De Niro square off with grit and broken bones. There you go. Okay. All right, let's go to number 16. Robert De Niro movies. Top 20, according to the robots. A suitcase, a motel, and a bunch of weirdos walk into noir. De Niro is your boss, but he's also your worst nightmare. This film keeps you guessing. What's in the bag and who's not getting out alive? It's pulpy, sleazy, and De Niro chews scenery like it's steak tartare. Not his best known film, but a hidden gem for noir fans. Okay, so this one is a little bit under the radar. Stuart knows it though. Very good. Very good. This was filmed in just 20 days. Proof that noir waits for no one. Love that. The word noir was in my clues 3 times. The Bagman is correct. The Bagman. 2014. 2014. The Alto Knights. I like that. I've heard of that. Don't know what that is. All right. Let's go to number 15. Something I'm a little more familiar with. Probably was paying attention to the actress more than him, but a rom-com with emotional breakdowns and football superstition. De Niro plays the dad. Obsessive, passionate, and a little too into the Eagles. Oh, I thought it was the Jets. It's the Eagles. Okay. It's the Eagles. His character believes in luck rituals and juju with religious fervor. It's a family drama wrapped in a dance competition. De Niro nabbed an Oscar nod for making fatherly anxiety heartbreakingly real. All right, you guys got it. King, you beat Stuart that time. Very good. Silver Linings Playbook is correct. The emotional dinner scene, De Niro was actually crying off script, thinking about his own son. Ooh, that's a little dark aside for us. Thank you. A little method acting. Silver Linings Playbook, 2012. There you go. He likes the Eagles. All right, let's move on to number 14, Robert De Niro movies. Okay, I remember this one. Based on a true story involving a decades-long sleep. De Niro plays a man who wakes up from a catatonic coma in a medical experiment, catatonic state. Robin Williams is the gentle doctor guiding the miracle. Joy, wonder, and tragic impermanence hit hard. Stuart! That is correct. A stunning physical performance without saying much at all. Okay. I do remember this one. Awakenings all the way. Can you believe? Who knows the year? I can't believe how far back. Robin Williams. The real-life inspiration, Leonard Lowe, kept journals that De Niro read obsessively to prepare for the movie. Method acting. And Robin Williams was good. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a Robin Williams movies. Haven't done that. We've had Robin Williams on a few of our comedies lists, but anyway, Awakenings is correct. No, Awakenings. All right, number 13. This one's way back in the day too. Fame. It's not all glitz. Sometimes it's delusional and duct tape. De Niro plays Rupert Pupkin, a name you won't forget. Rupert Pupkin. No matter how hard you try to forget it. He's a wannabe stand-up comic with no audience and too much ambition. Stalking your idol doesn't usually lead to career success. Very good, Stuart. You know these. No wonder you wanted this one. This dark comedy predicted the age of celebrity obsession and reality TV. So this predicted two things. Who knows the year? Stewart has it, of course, and King with the King of Comedy. King of Comedy. Pupkin's name appears over 30 times in the film, on signs, notes, and even in his own underwear. and you knew that, Stuart. Very good. 1982. Very good. King of Comedy. It's a good little video, too. Robots hit that one out of the park. All right, this is one of my favorite Robert De Niro looks in this next one. Tattoos, muscle, revenge, and a Bible. De Niro transforms into Max Caddy, a terrifying ex-con who knows the law a little too well. His southern accent slithers like a serpent. Yeah, so you guys know this one. It's hard to mistake it. It's not a home invasion, it's a psychological siege. Oscar nominated and nightmare inducing. Jay Diz, welcome to the game. Yeah, that's why I've avoided doing De Niro for a while. Jay Diz, but that's okay. We accept all comers here. We try not to judge too much, even if he might be woke. Cape Fear is correct. 1991, in case you're interested, De Niro paid $5,000 to have his teeth degraded for the role. Then he had to pay even more to fix them after the movie. Well, we're only at number 12, Jay Diz, so hang in there, and they'll be coming up. All right, you'll see how the game is played. Number 11, Scorsese's breakthrough, and De Niro's. This is way back in the day, so I'm going to make you guess the date on this one, too. This is set in Little Italy. This film breathes rawness and Catholic guilt at the same time. De Niro's Johnny Boy is the ultimate loose cannon and red jacket big mouth. Ooh, Stuart, close. Maybe just a spelling error. It's not. This one is not Goodfellas, but hang on to that, King. Yeah, King. There you go. Way to correct, Stuart. Was that just a spelling? Yeah. Friendships, faith, and fatalism all collide in a dive bar. You don't make up your sins in church, you do it in the streets. Yeah, that's a good saying. Any guesses on the date by chance? Scorsese let De Niro improvise. Many of Johnny Boy's lines weren't actually in the script. There you go. So he was into the character. He's definitely on our method actor list. No question. All right, well, I'll tell you. 1973, way back, right? So one of the first movies for both Scorsese and De Niro. There you go. All right, let's do number 10. Excuse me. A long story about loyalty, aging, and painting houses with bullets. Forgot to add that last part. De Niro plays Frank Sheeran, a mob hitman with a haunted soul. A reunion tour with Scorsese, Pacino, and Pesci. They're all together. The gang's all back together, just like on our show. Very good. Stuart had the date on that last one. King's got the name on this one. No, Stuart, but hang on to that. That's bound to come up. Yeah. Flashbacks are digitally de-aged, but the regrets feel very real. So they used AI before there was AI. It's a final meditation on choices and consequences in mob life. And you are right. This one is The Irishman. This is the one that had Pacino and Pesci, and of course it was Scorsese. There you go. The film's final shot, Frank alone in the silence, was improvised on set by De Niro. Improvising again, The Irishman, 2019. There you go. All right, now this is a favorite of all of ours, I think. This next one, I have a different picture I've used out of that film. Vegas glitters, but the mob bankrolls the sparkle. De Niro plays Sam Rothstein, or Rothstein, if you prefer. I think Rothstein is more appropriate. A numbers guy who runs the show until it runs him. The suits are loud, the downfall louder. Yeah, you guys know this. King, Stuart, very good. Sharon Stone sizzles. Yeah, she was pretty hot in this. Gotta say. But De Niro simmers until he doesn't. Think Goodfellas, but with more neon and fewer tomato sauces. Good clue. I like that. Any guesses on the year for Casino is correct, of course. Casino. De Niro had over 70 costume changes in the film, his most ever in a single movie. Well, no, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to Vegas, I take quite a few costume changes as well. So, it's Vegas. You got to have a lot of costume changes. 1995. All right, let's go down the list. Top Robert De Niro movies. We're down to the top 8. Here we go. Don't let yourself get attached to anything. Famous last words. This is the heist movie where the cops and robbers are both philosophers. I guess that's true. De Niro versus Pacino. Finally on screen, face to face. Cool professionalism meets personal downfall in an LA crime ballet. Yes, I hate heat. I hate heat. Yes, of course. And who else was in Heat? Who passed away recently? One of our favorites here on the show. The star of one of my favorite movies, Salton Sea. Who else was in this? Yeah, Stuart, thank you. Foul! I miss foul already. Don't you? Yeah. That diner scene, iconic. That shootout, legendary. De Niro and Pacino deliberately didn't rehearse that diner scene to keep the tension electric. All those method actors working together. God, I hate to be the director. It'd be like a circus. Heat. Heat. Antonio, what's going on? Very good. You are correct. Number 7. This is going back in the day as well. Before the war, they're friends. After, strangers to themselves. Wow. De Niro plays Michael, a steelworker whose quiet strength anchors the group. Russian roulette is a central harrowing motif. Yes, it is. Let's see this. The Vietnam War is not the main event. It's the emotional fallout. Complex, devastating, and filled with unforgettable moments. And you guys know this one, of course. King Stuart. Very good. Yeah, he is the deer hunter. The deer hunter. Of course. This is all the way back in 1978. De Niro had real bullets loaded into a gun during the what? During the Russian roulette scene to heighten his anxiety. What? That didn't go well for what's his name? Alec Baldwin made that same mistake. Loaded real bullets into the gun for the Russian roulette scene. What did it? I don't think so. That sounds sketchy. All right, top 6. Here we go. We know this one pretty well. One of his better looks. Loneliness, neon, and mohawks. Travis Bickle is a ticking time bomb driving a yellow cab through urban headquarters. Okay, I got to figure out how to do this. You talking to me? You talking to me? Yes, improvise that line. This is De Niro at his rawest and most disturbing. Gritty, violent, and a portrait of a man unraveling. Jodie Foster is the little teenage hooker. You talking to me? You talking to me? To prep, De Niro actually got a cab license and picked up passengers for a week in New York City. I love these method actor guys, right? I mean, that's funny. I wonder how much of that's true. Is that just a publicity story? What do you think? True or publicity story? That's the new part of the game. Taxi Driver is, of course, correct. 1976. 1976. Wow, that's old. That is the year I graduated from high school and our country's bicentennial. Yeah, Harvey Keitel. He's a great actor. He's in a lot of these movies. Yeah, Jodie Foster was, I don't know how old she was. 15 or something? I don't know. All right. As far back as I can remember, De Niro is Jimmy Conway. Calm, calculating, and lethal in a beige suit. I didn't remember the beige suit. He doesn't say much, but when he moves, people disappear. It's a mafia classic told with kinetic swagger. Coolness and menace, all in one cigarette puff. Very good, Stuart. Yeah, this one had all the guys. The guy on the left passed away fairly recently too, right? He kind of passed away young. What was his name? I forget his name. But yeah. This was filmed back in 1990. Goodfellas, of course, is correct, guys. Jim's character based on a real gangster who remains missing to this day. Yeah, Ray Liotta. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, Ray Liotta. He's in a lot of movies too. He's always a good gangster. But yeah, he passed. I don't know if he had a heart attack or something. I can't remember. Goodfellas. There they are. All right, top 4. Everybody knows this one. Except for his look was very different here. A prequel within a sequel that somehow outdoes both. A prequel within a sequel that somehow outdoes both. De Niro becomes young Vito, speaking mostly Sicilian. He speaks Sicilian. I didn't understand it. Subtitles. He honors Brando without imitating him. It's a masterclass. Family loyalty comes at a cost, and Vito pays it in blood. De Niro won his first Oscar and hardly spoke a word of English. Yes. Yes, King. You are correct. And it's important to have the part 2. We do need to be specific on this one. Okay, here's some more method acting. He lived in Sicily for 3 months to perfect his dialect. How about that De Niro guy? Does that look like De Niro? That's a photograph of him in the movie. Wow. That's not a robot abstract interpretation, like we often do. The Godfather Part 2 is correct. 1974. There he is. He was mad. All right, top 3. Here we go. I love his look in this one. This gangster only appears in a few scenes, but he owns the scenes. De Niro put on weight and brought out the back. Literally. His Al Capone is flashy, frightening, and full of smug swagger. Who knew tax evasion could be so cinematic? Yes, you guys know it. He doesn't need much screen time to steal the movie. That's right. You are correct. It is The Untouchables, and he is Al Capone. De Niro had his Capone suits made by the same tailor who dressed the real Al Capone. More method acting. Yeah, he pulls out the back. Literally. Yeah, it's a memorable one. Untouchables, 1987. And that's number 3. So we got 2 more on the Robert De Niro top 20 movies of all time. There we go. There he is. Wow. All right. Number 2. Childhood dreams, adult regrets, and the cost of loyalty. De Niro plays Noodles, a gangster reflecting on decades of betrayal. The story shifts through time like memories, hazy, selective, and heartbreaking. Sergio Leone's epic paints crime as tragedy, not thrill. All sounds good. It's 4 hours long. Ooh, there's the tough part. but it's worth every minute. Yeah. You guys are both getting these almost exactly the same time. One time King gets it first, the next time Stuart gets it first. Yeah. You guys are doing good. You have it. Once Upon a Time in America is correct. 4 hours long. You guys know the year for Once Upon a Time in America? The original U.S. release was butchered. The Niro campaigned to restore it to its full glory. Huh, interesting. So they edited it down quite a bit when they first released it. Close, King. 1984. All right, well, that leaves number one. Who can guess De Niro's number one movie without even seeing it? I bet we've all could. Now, black and white, blood and sweat, art and brutality. There's three duos for you. De Niro becomes Jake LaMotta, inside and out. Let's put on some weight for this one. He trained as a boxer, then gained 60 pounds. Oh, so he first trained as a boxer, and then he put on the 60 pounds for the scenes that were after the career. There you go. Of course, you guys know. His performance is raw, painful, unforgettable. This isn't just acting, it's transformation on film. Yeah, you believed it. You definitely believed it. And you're going to love the little video here at the end. So don't miss the little video at the end. That's my tip for the evening. Scorsese didn't want to make the film, but De Niro convinced him it would save his life. I don't know what that means, and it did. Okay. Yeah, Raging Bull is correct. You guys know. Of course. This was all the way back in 1980. 1980. There you go. Raging Bull. Watch the what? All right, there we go. Little warm up. All right. Well, that was almost too easy for you guys. What do you think? It was an excellent recap, but it was almost too easy. Very good. You guys were great. All right. Now, because you were so good at that, I need to torture you with a tough lightning round. Now, this is going to be the top box office flops. Okay. Now, we did this a few months ago, and it's called the top box office flops. So it's the movies that flopped at the box office, but were big budgets, or they just did terrible. So anyway, let me fire up the intermission. It's a 2-minute lightning round. Okay, let's fire that up. Here we go. I'm back. You guys got more than I thought. Let's see. I can read real quick. These are not in the exact order, probably. Here's the 20. Adventures of Pluto Nash, The Alamo, Alexander, Allied, Around the World in 80 Days, Battlefield Earth, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, The 13th Warrior, Final Fantasy, The Astronaut's Wife, Stealth, Mortal Engines, remember that one? Strange World, you got The Flash, 47 Ronin, Geely, that's the Ben Affleck J-Lo one. Cutthroat Island, not Pirate Island, of course. John Carter was the very first one, right? Heaven's Gate is the big loser. And Mars Needs Moms was the animated one. Anyway, I think you got most of those. Did I out myself in there? I don't know. Did I? Not sure. Anyway, let's do round two. What do you say? Might have been excellent, but apparently it was a flop, box office flop. I guess there's a few of those, right? All right, well, the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give the clues, and we're going to do the top 20 biggest lemon production cars ever made. So, good luck. Good luck with this one, okay? I'll try to give you good clues. GM thought slapping a luxury badge on a compact would fool buyers. It shared DNA with humble Chevy Cavalier, just with a snootier grille. Reviewers called it overpriced, underpowered, and embarrassingly bland. It was Cadillac's answer to BMW. The question must have been a joke. Even GM later admitted it hurt the brand's reputation. All right, did any of those clues ring a bell, or is the picture anywhere close? The picture's a little hard to tell. GM, it's a Cadillac. It was basically the same as a Chevy Cavalier with a better grille. Anybody remember the name of this car? Not Black Wing. Or is that a movie? Anybody remember this car? It's a lemon. It's a Cadillac. This was called a Cadillac Cimarron. Does that ring a bell to anybody? The Cimarron's launch is often cited as one of Cadillac's biggest strategic misfires. There it is, Cadillac Cimarron. All right, let's try another one. Let's try a European one. 19. It looked like someone overinflated a regular version. Drivers complained it had more bugs than a windshield in July. U.S. buyers weren't charmed by its clunky tech or frequent breakdown. Critics praised the space, but not the squeaks, stalls, and service lights. Even die-hard Fiat fans said L stood for lemon. Yeah, these are going to be a little tough. But this is an American here, Stuart. What is this? This is a Fiat, and it has an L in the name. Gave you a lot of clues. What's it look like? Hard to tell. Let's learn about lemon cars tonight. This is the Fiat 5. Yeah, there you go. 500 is correct. And it was called the Fiat 500L. 500 Lemon. J.D. Power ranked the 500L near the bottom of initial quality year after year. It doesn't sound good. The motor doesn't sound good. All right, let's go up in scale a little bit here. All right, we're gonna get a few of these. We're gonna get a few. Now this was meant to be Jaguar's answer, Jaguar, to BMW 3 Series, but it wasn't. Fancy badge, but it built on a Ford Mondeo frame. It was built on a Ford Mondeo frame. Buyers got neither British elegance nor German performance. It was too cheap for Jag loyalists and too unreliable for everyone else. Now that's always been the complaint about Jaguar that I've never had a Jaguar, but what I've heard is they're in the shop more than they're on the road. That's close, Stuart. I think we might have to give you credit for that. That's pretty close. Jag Light never really caught on. We call it Jag Light. And you're right. Jaguar X Type. There you go, King. Jaguar X Type. Clarkson once called it the car that nearly killed Jaguar. Did they have a new ad campaign just recently that nearly killed them too? Yeah, it's some woke advertising execs. I think they fired them. All right, number 17. All right. Now this is a Kia. I'll give you that. Kia's early American venture was affordable, but that's about it. This is one of their earliest cars. It rattled, it stalled, and it leaked its way into infamy. Mechanics nicknamed it Stay Far-A. Oh, okay. Stay far away. It had the resale value of a moldy sandwich. At least we're gonna get some good jokes. A lemon by any definition, but hey, it had cup holders. So this is a Kia. Do you remember one of the early Kia models that was a lemon? In one class action suit, owners claimed they had to replace the entire engine under 50,000 miles. Man, what's going on? What's going on? I like both those names are close. Safari, Stinger. This one's called the Sephia. Does anybody remember that? Sephia. Kia Sephia. Stay Far-A. We're doing the cars. We're doing the lemon cars, and it's not an easy round by any measure. Okay, number 16 on the lemon list. we spread it around to all the different car companies. Now this was marketed as edgy and versatile. It came off as plasticky and awkward. The ride was so rough, it should have come with a chiropractor. The CVT transmission whined louder than the passengers. Drivers said it felt like a punishment, not a vehicle. Its looks promised muscle. Its performance whispered meh. It's a little hard to tell. It's a beautiful view behind it there, though. It's like saying it's in a nice setting. I will tell you this is a Dodge, okay? I'll give you the clue. It's a Dodge, and it was made from 2007 to 2012. It was one of the last Dodge models before Fiat reshaped the whole brand. Last one of the original Dodge. Anybody remember a bad Dodge? They were all bad. This was called the Caliber. Dodge Caliber. There it is. Looks okay there. Anyway, I don't know if anybody ever heard of the Dodge Caliber. It's a lemon, apparently. Here we go. Fortunately, I'll tell you what. I bet you guys get them if you ever bought a car that's a lemon. You would know then. Okay, number 15. This one's kind of distinctive. The cheapest new car in America at the time, because you got what you paid for. It was less car and more suggestion of transportation. Owners joked it came in its own tow truck. Reliability? Think maybe on Tuesdays. Still some bought two, one for parts. So you had to buy two. It was cheap enough, you could buy two. So you had one for parts. In crash tests, this car reportedly crumpled like paper at 30 miles per hour. So it had that going for it. Ma'am, you knew. Did you have one? Anybody know the model number? It is a Yugo. 1985 to 1992. They made it for 7 years and it was that bad. Wow. I guess it was the cheapest car you could buy in America for those years. $5,000 or something like that. Yugo GE. Yugo. Yeah. All right. Trip down memory lane. Number 14. Now I'm going to tell you this is a Chevy. Okay, I'm going to tell you it's a Chevy. It's meant to be GM's comeback compact. Until the recalls started coming. Ignition switches failed mid-drive, disabling the airbags. Lawsuits, deaths, and congressional hearings followed. Why do I laugh? Why do I laugh? It became a case study in corporate cover-ups. This car's name now rhymes with catastrophe in the auto world. GM paid nearly $900 million in settlements over the ignition defect alone. So this is the one that would just turn off while you're driving on the freeway. The engine would just stop. Not good. Anybody remember the name of that car? How soon we forget. How soon we forget. This is the Chevrolet Cobalt. Cobalt. Doesn't sound familiar, huh? Okay. That's all right. Christiana, what's going on? We are doing lemon cars. Top 20 lemon cars. And that was the Chevy Cobalt, who has quite a legal history. Stuart, there you go. You had it. Number 13. This one was introduced on April Fool's Day. Very fitting. This is an AMC car. The company AMC. Some look like the car forgot its back half. Interior build quality was aggressively optional. The name didn't help. It practically advertised its issues. Quirky? Sure. Good? Not so much. Yeah, very good. We got one. Bam, you've got a couple. Very good. You are correct. This is the AMC Gremlin. AMC Gremlin. Despite its flaws, it had a surprising cult following, at least among ironic hipsters. The ironic hipsters liked it. AMC Gremlin. It looks like it's on the wrong side of the road there to me. You know, the robots don't get them all right. Now these pictures and the little videos on the car deal are from the new Rock 4 Imagine model. Just FYI. Okay. Number 12. We're doing lemons. We'll let you figure out what that means. This is Hyundai. Hyundai's US debut was low budget, and it showed. This is their original Hyundai. Transmission issues, body rust, and electrical gremlins galore. Mechanics considered them non-repairable. The price was low, but so was the bar. It was more of an introduction than a first impression. The Hyundai, not an Elantra. Did you have a Elantra? Yeah, not very good. This is a different name. It's a name of I think a Ford. Ford had the same model name for a long time. Yeah, Stuart. Very good. Yeah, Stuart. The Hyundai Excel. They actually made them from 86 to 94, so maybe they made them better later on. The Excel's failures pushed Hyundai to overhaul quality and eventually leading to their legendary warranty. So they turned things around, didn't they? Yeah. There it is. It's got that same view. At least he's on the right side of the road. Like that. You like those engine noises? That's thanks to Grok. Number 11. A French car built in America. What could go wrong? Yeah, plenty. It won Car of the Year before falling apart on the driveways. Sluggish acceleration, brittle parts, and electrical meltdowns. Drivers quickly traded in this car for divorce. AMC's final filing before fading away. So this was a joint venture between AMC and Renault, or Renault. Do you say Renault or Renault? Renault or Renault. And it was called Some models were known to rust while still on dealership lots. That's not good. They rusted while they were still at the deal. Renault. Alliance. That is. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound good. Renault Alliance. Daphne. Did they have one of those? They had a Daphne. All right, number 10. Now, this is surprising because this was supposed to be a good car company. But this car was so forgettable, even Saturn tried to forget it. It had steering issues, cheap plastics, and a soul-crushing ignition defect. Some drivers said it felt like driving a washing machine with wheels. I love some of these descriptions. Interior ergonomics, designed by aliens, possibly. It helped close the curtain on the entire Saturn brand. So Saturn was, debuted with lots of fanfare here in the United States. And then something happened. They came out with this car. The key could fall out mid-drive. The key would fall out of the ignition and turn off. That sounded weird. Sound like some cheap parts. Doesn't sound good. This was the Saturn Ion. Saturn Ion. Ooh, it does sound like a washing machine. Wow. All right, let's go a little more upscale. This one's the least interesting. This is a luxury coupe that doubled as a mechanic's retirement plan. We're going to let that joke sit for a bit. Twin turbos meant double the trouble. Good too. Electrical systems failed with operatic drama. If you sneezed near it, the dashboard lights flickered. It was a beautiful disaster, but the emphasis was on the disaster. All right. Now, Stuart, do you know which one this one is? This is an Italian brand. It is a Maserati, but it's a Maserati what? They made these 1981 to 1994. Wow, they made them for a long time. In some markets, owners were advised to keep a fire extinguisher in the trunk, just in case. That's pretty fun. This was a Maserati by Turbo. Turbo. You ever heard of that? At least it sounds. Okay. Maybe not. All right. We've only got 8 left. We can hang in there. We can survive. Next up, number 8. It looked like a spaceship, but broke like a bargain bin blender. You ever buy a bargain bin blender? Fancy windows couldn't distract from failing transmissions. Owners loved the styling until they saw the repair bills. It was too weird to live, too broken to sell. It's a Subaru. Subaru what? Subaru fans remember it like a fever dream. This car had a unique one-piece side window with a split sub window. Cool, but costly. All right, well, it looked cool. What anybody know the model? The Subaru something. It's a lemon. It is a Subaru SVX. Subaru SVX. Cool but costly. There it is. It sounds okay. All right. Top 7. Here we go. This one's weird. This one's really weird. This is when Italian luxury met Detroit practicality. And nobody won. It is a Chrysler LeBaron in a tuxedo. But it fooled no one. It was priced high and powered low. Lee Iacocca's passion project became a showroom ornament. Chrysler hoped for Ferrari vibes, but got flea market feedback. Now this is a... Well, let's try to guess it. This is another joint venture with Maserati. So this was Chrysler. It was called TC by Maserati. So that was the name of it. So, it's tough to market that. Chrysler TC by Maserati. There were actually only about 7,000 of them ever got completely made and sold. And most are now dusty Craigslist footnotes. Yeah. Sounds pretty cool to me. I don't know what you think. All right, top 6. Here we go. You're going to get a couple of these, I think. Here we go. Remember, think lemons. Okay, this was supposed to reinvent the SUV. Instead, it launched 1,000 memes. Not a good thing. Polarizing design, more like universally disliked. It was a poor fit, and its finish matched its awkward proportions. It was later redeemed in the television show Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's right. He had one of these in Breaking Bad. It was very notable, but still not drivable as a joke. Okay, so think Breaking Bad. He had an unusual car. I wish I had the back of it, because the back of it's what looked particularly weird. It was supposed to be a small SUV. Breaking Bad. It's an Aztec. Pontiac Aztec. GM gave away 50 Aztecs on the show Survivor. The poor people who got them. Sounds horrible. All right, top 5. Let's see if you can get any of these. Here we go. We are doing lemon cars, in case you're wondering. And we are trying to guess the top 5 lemon cars of all time. Now this next one is pretty familiar. It was affordable, it was compact, and it was flammable. Rear-end collisions could turn it into a Roman candle. The gas tank, I guess, was very susceptible in the back. If people would run into the back of them, they'd blow up. Internal memos revealed Ford knew about it, but didn't act about it. Yeah, ma'am. There you go. You remember. Everybody knows somebody that had one. Lawsuits and fatalities made this a corporate cautionary tale. I remember my buddy had one, and even back then, you knew about the issue. And I remember joking with him and said, "I'm not sure I want to ride with you." Safety takes a back seat, literally. You are correct. It is the Ford Pinto. They actually made them for a long time, 71 to 1980. Ford's cost-benefit analysis famously valued human lives below the cost of a recall. So there you go. Brutal. Okay, top 4. This is a cool car, actually. Here we go. It looks like the future, but drives like a shrug. Gull wing doors. gull-wing doors, stainless steel, and sluggish acceleration. This was this guy's dream car that became a high-speed scandal. Back to the Future saved its image, but not its sales. King! There you go. Glad you guys have stuck around through this horror show. Cool but clunky, iconic but impractical. Early models had so many defects that buyers were advised to bring a toolkit to the dealership. This is the DeLorean DMC-12. I don't remember the DMC-12. But you could kind of tell that was a DeLorean. Gull wings and stainless steel, right? Yeah. All right, we're down to the top three. We are mercifully down to the top 3 lemon cars of all time. All right. There we go, number 3. Now, GM wanted a compact winner. They got a rusty mess. This was GM's answer to the success of the Pinto. Aluminum engines warp faster than microwave leftovers. That's right, it had aluminum engines. I forgot that. Paint peeled, doors misaligned, and resale was a myth. Quality checks skipped in a hurry to meet deadlines. Even used car dealers wouldn't take them. Oh boy, so think Chevy. Think their answer to a Pinto. Think one of the worst cars ever made. Its reputation was so bad, some dealers refused to stock them, even with discounts. So even the new car guys wouldn't take them, the dealers. This is a Chevy Vega. Anybody remember that? How bad they were? A Chevy Vega. I'm not sure the robots got the design quite right on that one. Yeah, Chevy Vega. That was a bad car. No doubt. Sounds horrible. The tires rubbing on the road sounded okay, but the engine doesn't sound too good. Okay, top 2 lemon cars in history. You ready for the top 2? Here we go. This one at least, looks like an old school, cool roadster kind of car, but overhyped as the car of the future. It ended up as the joke of the century. Its design, there is a joke about this car. It's joked about as kind of the sign of a lemon. Its design had, let's say, unfortunate grille placement. I don't know what you're talking about. Sales flopped so hard, it became a punchline. It was a masterclass in how not to launch a product. Ford invested over $250 million in this car and couldn't recoup half of that. So this is like the most famous name of a lemon car, and it's kind of with a joke. You've heard jokes about cars that are lemons and this and that. This is the model that they talk about. Not Malibu. Malibu was later. Oh, ma'am has it. Yeah, there it is. It is a Ford Edsel. Very good. We got it. Kind of the joke on it. All right. Mercifully, last one. And King and Stuart, this is from the UK. 3 wheels, 0 stability, infinite meme potential. What? It had only 3 wheels? This one looks like it has 4 wheels. It tipped at the mere suggestion of a turn. British drivers tried to love it. Then they rolled into ditches. Clarkson rolled it on Top Gear again and again. It is a hilarious hazard. Truly the king of all lemon cars. King, very good. So, did it have 4 wheels or 3 wheels? Because the robots kind of thought it had 4 wheels. It might have only had 3 wheels. I don't know. It's still legal. Yeah, it's still legally classified as a motorcycle in the UK. Though it handles like a unicycle. Must have 3 wheels. Reliant Robin. Yeah, 3 wheels. That's what I thought. The robots don't get everything, as we know. All right. Well, that was challenging. We learned our lesson. You gotta be careful with some of those categories. All right. Well, you guys did well enough to get through that. All right. Now, as you know, at this time, I do ask if you guys want to do the bonus round. Now, I will tell you what the bonus round is. The bonus round is famous blues players, blues musicians in history. So we go back in time pretty much. There's a couple modern ones, but mostly older blues musicians. And it's pretty fun. So most of the names you'd know. Most of them. All right, I have one thumbs up. I need a second thumbs up to continue with the bonus round. So I'm looking for a second thumbs up to go forward. I got it ready. All right. Ma'am says, yep, I'm going to take that as a thumbs up. All right. We're going to do blues musicians. Might be hard. Doctor's not in the house. I think Doctor was the big blues guy, unless I'm mistaken. Too late, ma'am. Just the facts, man. Just the facts. Okay, here we go. We're going to do a round of the 20 most famous blues musicians in history. Ready or not? Okay. First couple might be hard. Let's see. Number 20. This harmonica player didn't just blow air. He blew minds. His gritty voice echoed through post-war Chicago. He played with Buddy Guy in a duo that could melt stage lights. His Hoodoo Man Blues is a must listen. Hoodoo Man Blues. Anybody know who this might be? Does he look familiar? A Chicago blues staple with fire in every note. It's the original Chicago blues guy, played with Buddy Guy. Hoodoo Man Blues. Hoodoo Man Blues. He was known for jumping off stage mid-solo to keep the party going in the crowd. So he started that whole jumping off the stage thing back in the day. He was born in 1934 and passed in 1998. Any guesses? a Chicago blues staple with fire in every note? Nobody knows. It's Junior Wells. Junior Wells. Learn something every day on Dave's After Dark. Especially our blues. You know, blues music's kind of our theme around here. So it'd be important for you to learn this. Okay. Number 19. Let's see if anybody knows this guy. This one is the king of the West Side blues sound. You guys could Google famous blues acts right now. You know, try to do some homework real fast. He played left-handed on a right-handed guitar. Talk about a twist. His vibrato heavy solos were like lightning with heartbreak. He influenced Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Jeff Beck without needing the fame. I Can't Quit You, Baby. That's his song. All right. I Can't Quit You, Baby. The king of the West Side blues sound. Influenced Clapton, Page, and Beck. Famous blues musician. Yeah. First couple are kind of hard. This is Mr. Otis Rush. Otis Rush. Otis was born in 1934 and he passed away in 2018. Rush once turned down Woodstock. And he regretted that forever. Willie Dixon's a good guess. Hang on to that. That might come up later. I can't remember. Maybe. All right, number 18. First couple are kind of hard. Here we go. Number 18. Now, she could outplay most men, and she proved it every night. Now, she's a Delta blues queen who took over Chicago too. Started in the Delta and then moved up to Chicago. One of the first female blues guitarists to record solo. Her lyrics were sharp and sassy and pretty scandalous. She put the Mississippi in Mississippi blues. Now, she once beat Big Bill Brunzi in a guitar contest, and he admitted it. So she was quite the guitar player. King, thank you. Way to win for the team. Awesome. Yeah, Memphis Minnie, of course. Memphis. Mississippi River. Memphis Minnie was born in 1897 and passed in 1973. All right, very good. You got that. All big names. All right, number 17. Now, this guy is the godfather of Texas blues. Texas blues. His voice was ghostly, his guitar mesmerizing. He paved the way for solo blues as a commercial force. Now, here's the key clue. Blind from birth, but saw further than most. He sold thousands of records during the 1920s. All right, King. There you go. There you go. Blind Lemon Jefferson. You are correct. Very good. His unique style made him the first commercially successful male blues singer. So he was actually the first one to make some money doing this. Very good. Blind Lemon Jefferson. All right. There he is. Kind of looks blind. Kind of looks like he's looking off into the distance, into the inner space. Yes. All right, now the next one you do know. I know that you know. And you have to figure out why I know that you know. Next one is number 16. You have to figure out why I know that you know. You may not know his name, but you know his songs. He wrote Hoochie Coochie Man, Spoonful, and Little Red Rooster. Chess Records' Secret Weapon, and a bass playing genius. I know you know it. The blues' greatest ghostwriter. Without him, the Chicago blues scene might have fizzled away. Led Zeppelin borrowed so many of his lyrics, they were eventually sued for it. There you go, King. I knew you knew it. Yeah, this one is Willie Dixon. He's Hoochie Coochie Man. Led Zeppelin borrowed so many of Dixon's lyrics, they were sued for it. Oh, that's pretty funny. Let's see. He was born in 1915, and he did pass away in 1992. He was very important to the Chicago blues scene, which, obviously for a long period of time, Chicago maybe still is the center of blues, right? Maybe still is. All right. This is probably where I need to mention again. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to own a blues club. Long story. Forgot the hat. This guy had a big voice, a bigger 12-string guitar. His songs were covered by everyone from Nirvana to Johnny Cash. He's known for powerful storytelling and a colorful past. Midnight Special and Goodnight Irene. Those are both his songs. Jail Time, Field Recordings, and Library of Congress fame. This guy's pretty famous. Big voice, bigger 12-string guitar. His songs were covered by everyone from Nirvana to Johnny Cash. King! You know your blues? Yeah. Liverpool blues. There he is. Looking good. Lead Belly. Lead Belly. Lead Belly allegedly sang his way out of prison twice. He couldn't stay out of prison, but played for the warden. Nirvana. Yeah, there you go. That was the clue. All right. This guy's name is pretty well known. Robots say he's still alive today. Number 14. Still alive, still playing, still melting faces. What does that mean? Still melting faces. Bridge traditional blues with high voltage guitar heroics. He's a mentor to Clapton, Hendrix, and Stevie Ray. This is their mentor right here. He screamed on the fretboard and smiled while he did it. The blues never aged with him around. So this is like a main guy in the whole blues thing. His live shows are part concert, part sermon, part guitar explosion. Doctor's in the house. Good thing, Doctor. We still got 13 to go on the blues list. So the Doctor will help the team here. King's been doing pretty good. Buddy guy. There he is. Very good. Buddy guy. Okay, we got 13 more to go. Number 13. So this guy is the OG Delta Blues storyteller. Gravelly voice, and wild performance style. He played guitar behind his head before Hendrix was born. His lyrics reflected pain, pride, and pure Mississippi soul. He is the source code of blues history. No, that's keep that answer around, Doctor, but this is not him. This is the other guy. He would stamp his feet and holler like a preacher mid-song. He was a total showman. Not Billy Davis, not Son House. Hang on to all those. Those might come up. You probably know this. Any other guesses? Not Robert Johnson, not Billy Davis, not Son House. This is Charlie Patton. Charlie Patton. That sound familiar to anybody? Patton would stomp his feet and holler like a preacher. All right. Oh, well. Can't get them all. Number 12. They called her Empress of the Blues. She was the highest paid black entertainer of her era. Her voice could shatter glass or break hearts. She ruled the 1920s. No microphone, just her pipes. Her legacy paved the way for soul and jazz legends to come. Any guesses? Yeah, we already had Blind Lemon. You missed Blind Lemon. Dang it. And you missed Memphis Minnie, too. She was up earlier, too. And King with the bullet. Very good. Yeah, this is Bessie Smith. You're correct. Bessie once reportedly fought off a racist mob with a tire iron. Seriously. I could just see her with a tire iron. Star, what's up? Welcome. Bessie Smith is correct. Very good. King, Star, you are correct. Bessie Smith. Said she was born in 1894, and she did pass a long time ago in 1937. 1937. She was 41 years old. And she beat off the mob with a tire iron. This is the blues. Ruckus joints. Joints is ruckus as Dave's After Dark. All right, number 11. I think you know this lady. She was more than just At Last. That was her big hit. Though, wow, what a song. I have to hum a few bars. Her voice was molten blues, gospel, and soul all in one. She brought depth to every heartbreak ballad. A legend who fought hard and sang harder. Yeah, very good. Ma'am, not just a singer, an emotional wrecking ball. Her 1968 album, Tell Mama, was recorded in the legendary Muscle Shoals studio. Etta James is correct. There you go. Correct. There she is. Part of the blues history. Born in 1938, passed in 2012. A legend who fought hard and sang harder. Etta James. Right. All right, top 10. And I know you know number 10. I've seen it, you know it. Now, this is also a Delta preacher, but this is a real Delta preacher turned blues prophet. Fire and brimstone in guitar form. His slide playing was raw enough to draw blood. He disappeared. Then he was rediscovered in the 1960s. Wow. His spiritual anguish and emotional howls echoed through generations. The soul of blues in a single stomp. He was a stomper. Dodger! You are correct, of course. Son House. Born in 1902, passed in 1988. House is the one who taught both Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters. He taught them both. Talk about a legacy. Yeah. There he is, Son House. Part of blues history. Here on Dave's After Dark. My blues club was called the Blue Cat. The Blue Cat with a K. Yeah, long story. Anyway, back in the day. Next up, number 9. Big man, big sound, especially that sharp stinging guitar. Known as the Texas Cannonball for a reason. He bridged the rawness of blues with the flash of early rock. So this guy kind of started to throw some early rock in. Texas Cannonball. Clapton, Peter Green, and Stevie Ray all studied his solos like it was gospel. He could bend strings and emotions at the same time. Not Collins. His instrumental, called Hideaway, became a blues standard used by bar bands for decades. Hideaway. Duggar! That is correct. Mr. Freddie King. Freddie was born in 1934 and passed in 1976. All right. So we'll revisit the story here in a minute. Number 8. One chord, one riff, one hypnotic groove. His boogie style made you sway even when you were sad. A deep, unrelenting voice that could shake your shoes. With a K, Brad, with a K. Boom Boom became an anthem for blues bars everywhere. He kept playing till his final breath and still grooved harder than most. Yeah, John Lee Hooker. So the story goes that John Lee Hooker Jr. played at our Blue Cat Club twice, actually. He was probably our biggest draw. I think we had to pay him the most, too. I can't remember what we had to pay him. It was like $800 or something. His whole band. John Lee Hooker Jr. Yeah. $800 was a lot for us. Since we were making zero, making almost nothing. 800 was a lot. He kept playing till his final breath and still grooved harder than most. Hooker once recorded an entire album in one take. No edits, just raw soul. John Lee Hooker Jr. Oh, no, that's the real John Lee there. Sorry. All right, now, I still have a really cool t-shirt of this guy. Got his t-shirt. He didn't play at the Blue Cat, though. He passed well before the Blue Cat. His voice growled like a train and had just as much power. Towering and wild on stage, he was a force of nature. Songs like Smokestack Lightning, that's what my t-shirt's of, and Killing Floor became rock staples. Duggar! You are correct. His band, basically the Blues Adventures. Wow, cool. Yeah, and you are correct. This is the Howlin' Wolf. The Howlin' Wolf. He was 6'3" and 300 pounds and once ate an entire raw steak on stage just to mess with the crowd. I don't know, that almost sounds better than Ozzy biting the head off a bat. Howlin' Wolf. There he is. Yeah. All right. We are down to the top 6 blues musicians in history. Here we go. Number 6. This gentleman was a big man, and he had a flying V guitar, and he had an upside down string setup. Whatever floats your boat. He played left-handed with thunderous tone. His solos were slow, deliberate, and they were devastating. He influenced the same guys, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, 3 generations deep. This is not This is not Lead Belly. We did Lead Belly earlier. This is somebody different. He never actually learned to read music, and he really never needed to. He was born in 1923, and he passed in 1992. Does he look familiar to anybody? He was quite the guitar player. A flying V, upside down string setup. Played left-handed. This is Mr. Albert King. Albert King. Learn something every day. Oh, Matt Fader. Like it. Albert King. All right. Top 5 now. Now we're into royalty. Blues royalty. Nothing but royalty. Number 5. So we got to get all these, okay? We got to get them all. He didn't just play the blues, he electrified it. Without this guy, there's no Chicago blues. And there'd be no rock and roll. This was an early rock and roll guy. His voice was warm mud sliding down a bottleneck. Very good, Doctor. Got my mojo working. He invented the mojo. The Rolling Stones literally named themselves after his lyrics. There you go. You are correct. It is Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters brought the blues to England. King, sword, and that changed rock forever. Yeah, Mr. Muddy Waters. Yeah, when he went to England, like those guys picked that up and they changed things, right? They changed things. All right, we're in royalty. We're in the blues royalty now. Top 4. Here we go. Number 4. I know you know this one. I know you know it. The Myth sold his soul at the crossroads. That's the myth. The myth is that he sold his soul at the crossroads. The fact, he recorded just 29 songs, yet he changed music forever. Wow. His guitar work was so fast, people thought it was 2 players. Doctor! That's a good guess, Brad. Hang on to that one. Hang on to that one. His death, still a mystery, still fuels the legend. Every blues man traces roots back to him. Wow. His only 2 recording sessions are now considered sacred ground for blues historians. Yeah, you're right. King, there you go. Robert Johnson is correct. Robert Johnson, 1911, and he was born in 1911 and passed in 1938. So didn't live too long there. What, 27 years? Not very old. His death is still a mystery. Anybody know anything about that? Robert Johnson. Yeah, he's the 27 club. You're right. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay, top 3. Here we go. You know all these. You guys all know all of these. The 80s were all synth. Then this guy plugged in and bent time. Texas blues with rocket fuel. Rocket fuel. Blistering solos and a tone smoother than bourbon. He made his scratch, cry, sing, and scream. Sometimes all in one riff. Gone too soon, but never forgotten. There you go, Brett. Doctor, with the short answer. Very good. Yeah, Doc got it. with the patented. And actually, in the music world, right, SRV is well used and well known, right? He once broke all 3 high strings during a solo, and he still finished the song without stopping. I'm not sure how you do it. How do you break 3 strings and still finish the song? Don't know. Guess you use the other ones. Yeah. All right. Top 2. I know you know these. All right, Brad. This is the king of blues. No debate. Lucille, his guitar, had its own fan club. Can't really see what's going on yet. Is there somebody in that picture? Very dark. It's a dark blues club. Very good. Very good. Brad with the short answer that time. Yeah, he's kind of like in a dark club. He played over 300 shows a year well into his 70s. He toured the world and brought blues to royal stages. You are correct. It is Mr. B.B. King. B.B. named his guitar Lucille after saving it from a fire. Started over a fight between two men over a woman. Oh, isn't it? Aren't all fires started that way? I think so. There he is, B.B. King. Awesome. He was born in 1925 and passed away in 2015. And he's got Lucille there. Got Lucille with him. Saved from the fire. Very good. Great story. All righty. That brings us to number one. Who do you think the robots have at number one? I don't know, but let's look. British, yes. But blues, absolutely. Popularized American blues across the globe. He played with Cream, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes, and then he went solo. He brought Robert Johnson's legacy back into the spotlight. He may not be born to the blues, but he wears it well. Slow hand, Eric Clapton. Yeah, very good. I went to a Clapton concert one time at the Oakland Coliseum, the indoor Oakland Coliseum. The warm-up band was a one-hit wonder called Player. You guys remember Player? Anyway, saw Eric Clapton, and in between the two groups, you know, the stadium goes dark, the arena goes dark, and when the lights come back on for Eric Clapton, you could not see across the arena. There was so much smoke from marijuana. It was just smoke. Oakland Coliseum, back in the day. Eric Clapton from the Cradle album is a love letter to every blues icon on this list. There he is. All right, well, thanks for hanging in there with me. We got through the Lemon Cars round. Was kind of tough sledding. You know, we learned something from rounds that are tough. All right. We'll catch you later. I can pop up what we got on the next show. On Sunday, we have, let me pop it up on the screen. We have Julia Roberts movies. We have Endangered Animals. And then we'll have another bonus round surprise for you all on Sunday. So that's what we can look forward to there. You can see Julia and the rhino in the artwork there. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I will put on our little video compilation and say goodnight. So take it easy, everybody.
nights alone. This bar's the place I call my home. I sip this swallow pride, pretend the moonlight lights by my side. Tell me, was it ever real, or just a song you used to feel? I still burn. I still ache. I still whisper your name when I break. In this velvet room where memories bloom, I still wait for a shadow to take shape.